This is Emergency Management Director Kieran Jinks. King County Emergency Operations Center, Seattle, Washington. Official log entry. Date, November 3rd, 2025. Time, 14:27 Pacific Standard. Recording required per Emergency Operations Protocols. Alert Level 5. This is not a drill. I'm recording this because someone needs to document what's happening here. What we're seeing. What we can't do. What we were told we could do. NORAD confirmation came through at 14:18. 9 minutes ago. Multiple launches detected. Submarine-launched ballistic missiles. Russian SLBM patterns. Pacific Fleet detection. Inbound trajectories calculated. Impact projections. West Coast population centers and military installations. Seattle metro area. Target confirmed. Joint Base Lewis McChord. Primary target. Bremerton Naval Base. Secondary target. Boeing Field. Tertiary target. Estimated yields 500 to 800 kilotons each. Time to impact. 23 minutes from detection. 22 now. I'm watching the countdown on my screen right now. The authentication codes came through. I ran them 4 times. 4 times. They're valid. This is real. This is actually real. Actually happening. The emergency broadcast system activated automatically 6 minutes ago. I'm hearing it on every frequency right now. Quote, "This is not a test. The United States has detected incoming ballistic missiles. All persons should take immediate shelter in designated facilities. This is not a test." My phone hasn't stopped ringing. Emergency services, hospitals, schools, municipal governments, everyone calling for instructions, for guidance, for me to tell them what to do. I have the instructions. I have the shelter assignments. I've got them right here. The Regional Shelter Network Coordination Plan. Federal Emergency Management Agency certified. State approved. County implemented. 3 years of planning. 73 designated shelters throughout King County. Capacity rated for 1.2 million people. King County population, 2.3 million. I knew the numbers didn't match. We all knew. The plan says priority access protocols will ensure maximum utilization of available shelter space. That's the language. Priority access protocols. That means trio. That means choices. My son. His name is Declan. Declan Jinks. He's 19 years old. Sophomore at University of Washington. Campus housing. McMahon Hall. North Campus. Studying computer science. Wants to work in artificial intelligence. Smart kid. Brilliant actually. Got a full academic scholarship. Made me so proud. I talked to him this morning. Called him on my way to work. Just checking in. He was heading to his 11 o'clock lecture. Algorithms and data structures. He was excited about it. Said the professor was really good. Made complex concepts clear. That's what Declan said. Made complex concepts clear. I told him I'd see him this weekend. We were supposed to get dinner. That Vietnamese place he likes on the Avenue Pho and spring rolls. That was the plan. The University of Washington campus is 7.4 miles from Joint Base Lewis McChord. I'm looking at the target projections right now. Ground zero coordinates. 550 kiloton airburst optimized for maximum effect radius. At 7.4 miles. 7.4 miles from a 550 kiloton airburst. The thermal radiation radius. 3rd degree burns through windows. The pressure wave. Structural damage to unreinforced buildings. McMahon Hall. Built 1968. Unreinforced masonry. I know this because I have the building assessments. Every structure in the county. Categorized. Rated. McMahon Hall, protection factor 2. That's inadequate. That's nowhere near adequate. The university has a designated shelter. Kane Hall basement. Protection factor 8. Rated capacity 3,200. Campus population 17,000 during class hours. I'm the emergency management director. I know exactly what these numbers mean. 21 minutes remaining. I'm calling Declan's cell. Direct line. Ringing. Ringing. No answer. Voicemail. I'm leaving a message. Declan, it's Dad. There's an emergency alert. You need to get to Kane Hall basement immediately. Right now. This is real. I love you. Calling again. Still ringing. No answer. 20 minutes. The shelter coordination system. I'm pulling it up now. Live status dashboard. All 73 shelters reporting. Capacity status updating in real time. This is what we built. 3 years of planning. Federal funding. State support. This is what we were told would work. Shelter 7, Northgate Community Center. Capacity 5,000. Current occupancy 8,400. Overcapacity by 68%. Shelter 12, Bellevue College. Capacity 8,000. Current occupancy 14,100. Overcapacity by 76%. Shelter 23, Renton Technical College. Capacity 6,000. Current occupancy 11,200. Overcapacity by 87%. Every shelter. Every single one. Overcapacity. And we're only 9 minutes into the alert. 9 minutes. We have 20 remaining. The numbers are going to get worse. I'm doing the math. Real-time calculation. Current shelter occupancy totals. 432,000 people in designated shelters. Climbing by the second. 440,000. 450,000. King County population, 2.3 million. Even if every shelter fills to maximum rated capacity, 1.2 million total. That leaves 1.1 million people without shelter. Without protection. Without any chance. 1.1 million people. I'm the director. I approved this plan. I presented it to the county council. I said, this shelter network provides comprehensive coverage for priority populations. Priority populations. That was the language I used. My son, Declan, is he priority population? 19 years old. College student. No critical skills. No essential function. Not on any priority list. Just a kid trying to learn about algorithms. 19 minutes. I'm calling the University of Washington Emergency Management. Direct line to campus operations. Someone's answering. UW Emergency Management. This is Director Jinks, King County EOC. What is your shelter status? Quote, Director Jinks, we're at critical capacity. Kane Hall basement is beyond rated limits. We're directing overflow to Odegaard Library and Sazalo Reading Room. Structural protection is limited. Can you confirm if students are being accounted for? Can you confirm individual students? Quote, Director, we're doing visual counts. No time for individual verification. Thousands of students. System is overwhelmed. My son, Declan Jinks, McMahon Hall. Is he in Kane Hall? Is he accounted for? Long pause. Background noise. Chaos. Shouting. Alarms. Director, I can't confirm individual students at this time. I'm sorry. We're doing everything we can. I'm sorry. He said I'm sorry. That means he doesn't know. That means no one knows. That means my son might be in a functioning shelter, or might be in a dorm room with protection factor 2, or might be still walking to class, or might be. I don't know. 18 minutes. The phone's ringing. Another call. State Emergency Management. Wanting coordination status. Wanting numbers. Wanting me to tell them how many we've saved. I'm on setting. Professional voice. Steady. King County EOC. Director Jinks. Shelter coordination is active. Current capacity utilization, 127% and climbing. We're experiencing overflow at all facilities. Quote, Director Jinks, implement priority access protocols per federal guidelines. Maintain order. Casualties are acceptable within operational parameters. Casualties are acceptable within operational parameters. That's what they said. That's the actual language. Operational parameters. My son is an operational parameter. 17 minutes. I'm trying Declan's cell again. No answer. Again. Voicemail full. Can't leave more messages. I'm pulling up campus security cameras. I have access. Emergency override codes. Checking McMahon Hall. The feed. Grainy. Students everywhere. Running. Chaos. I can't identify individuals from this angle. Too many people. Too much motion. Checking Kane Hall exterior cameras. The entrance. Hundreds of students. Thousands. Pressing toward the doors. Security trying to maintain order. The doors keep opening. Keep closing. More going in. But how many? Is Declan one of them? I can't see. Can't tell. 16 minutes. Wait. There's something here. On my desk. A folder. Red folder. I didn't put this here. It was under a stack of situation reports. Red folder. Marked classified. Federal Emergency Management Agency. Seattle Regional Office. I'm opening it. Document dated 8 months ago. March 15th, 2025. 8 months before today. Title: Regional Shelter Network Capacity Assessment and Continuity of Government Recommendations. Let me read this. Let me read what this says. King County Shelter Network, rated capacity 1.2 million. Actual survivable capacity under nuclear strike conditions, estimated 400 to 600,000, depending on weapon yields and strike patterns. Discrepancy noted between public capacity ratings and realistic survival projections. They knew. 8 months ago, they knew the shelter capacity was overstated. They knew. Keep reading. Recommendation: maintain public capacity ratings to prevent panic and ensure orderly response. Disclosure of actual survival rates contraindicated. Priority access protocols designed to maximize survival of essential personnel and continuity of government functions. General population casualties acceptable within strategic framework. Acceptable within strategic framework. 15 minutes. My hands are shaking. I can't hold this document steady. County emergency directors will remain at posts to coordinate response. Directors will not be informed of capacity discrepancies prior to event to prevent abandonment of posts. Family members of directors are not priority evacuees per COG protocols. Director effectiveness maximized through operational focus. They knew I'd stay if I didn't know. They calculated it. They needed my competence. So they kept me ignorant. They documented it. They planned it. 8 months ago. My son, Declan. I'm reading it. Right here. Appendix C, subsection 4. Quote, family members of essential personnel classified as non-priority to ensure personnel remain mission-focused. Mission-focused. That's my son's classification. An obstacle to my mission focus. 14 minutes. 13 minutes remaining. 12 and a half now. Okay, let me think through this. Talking out loud helps. Helps me process. Okay, I have to decide. Option 1. Stay here. At this post. Emergency Operations Center. Coordinate shelter assignments. I have the classified target data. I have the fallout prediction models. I have access to real-time shelter capacity. Proper coordination saves estimated. Let me calculate. Let me do the math. Current trajectory shows 432,000 in shelters. If I coordinate efficiently, route overflow to secondary facilities, implement proper triage protocols, survival estimate increases to maybe 600,000. Maybe. That's optimistic. That's assuming perfect coordination. Assuming shelters don't collapse. Assuming people follow instructions. 600,000 people. That's what staying at this post might save. Cost of option 1. I cannot reach Declan. He's 7.4 miles away. Traffic cameras show gridlock. Complete standstill. Interstate 5 northbound, parking lot. Surface streets, same. 40-minute drive time minimum in this traffic. Probably longer. I have 13 minutes. Cannot physically reach him in time. Cannot. Declan's survival probability without my help. Unknown. Kane Hall might be at capacity already. He might be in overflow shelter with limited protection. He might be in McMahon Hall. Protection factor 2. At 7.4 miles from ground zero. Survival probability with PF2. The charts say 20 to 40% depending on specific strike characteristics. Not zero. Not certain. 20 to 40%. Option 2. Abandon post. Get in my car. Drive toward campus. Try to reach Declan. Drive time, 40 minutes minimum in current traffic. Time remaining, 13 minutes. 12 now. Probability of reaching him before impact, 0%. Can't do it. The math doesn't work. Can't reach him even if I try. If I leave, emergency coordination here collapses. I'm the only one with full system access. Security protocols. Authentication codes. Only me. The deputy director, Carmichael, he's got partial access but not complete. Coordination effectiveness drops maybe 70% without me. Estimated additional casualties, 2 to 400,000 people. 2 to 400,000 more dead because coordination fails. Declan's survival probability if I try to reach him. Same as if I stay, 20 to 40%. Because I can't reach him either way. The distance. The traffic. The time. Physics won't let me reach him. Option 3. Find alternative. Send emergency vehicle to extract him. All county emergency vehicles responding to hospital evacuations. Ambulances. Fire trucks. Police. All committed. Protocol priority. Would take authorization from state level to divert. Would take 15 minutes just to get authorization. Don't have 15. Helicopter extraction. County has 2 emergency helicopters. Checking status now. Helicopter 1 already deployed. Governor's evacuation. Helicopter 2 already deployed. State Senate leadership evacuation. Both gone. Both used for COG evacuations. Continuity of government. The classified folder. They planned this. They evacuated themselves first. Order university to evacuate to better shelter. Nearest adequate shelter to UW campus. Northgate shelter. For miles away. Students on foot. Walking speed 3 miles per hour. For miles takes 80 minutes. Impact in 12 minutes. Can't evacuate in time. But traffic's not moving. Gridlock. Commandeering vehicles doesn't solve gridlock. Have someone else coordinate from here. Deputy Director Carmichael. He's competent. He knows the systems. But he doesn't have my clearance levels. Doesn't have authentication for federal coordination systems. Would take 30 minutes minimum to transfer authorities. Don't have 30. There is no option 3. No alternative. No clever solution I'm missing. Just the choice. Stay or go. Save maybe 600,000 people, or save no one. Both options leave Declan with 20 to 40% survival probability. Both options I probably can't help him. 11 minutes. The professional calculation is clear. Stay. Coordinate. Save the 600,000. Utilitarian ethics. Greatest good for greatest number. Declan's one person. 600,000 is greater than 1. The math is obvious. I'm emergency management director. I know triage. I know operational parameters. I know that 600,000 is greater than 1. I'm looking at Declan's photo on my desk right now. High school graduation photo. Cap and gown. Big smile. Proud. Excited about the future. About UW. About computer science. About algorithms and data structures and artificial intelligence and making the world better through technology. That's what he said. Make the world better through technology. He's 19 years old. His whole life ahead of him. And I'm supposed to choose coordination over him because 600,000 is greater than 1. 10 minutes. 9.5 now. I need to decide. Right now. The math says stay. 600,000 people need this coordination. Need my expertise. Need the authentication codes. Need someone who knows the systems. Declan has 20 to 40% survival probability either way. I can't change that. Can't reach him. Can't help him. The only variable I control is whether 600,000 others survive. Professional choice. Correct choice. The choice I was trained to make. 9 minutes. Okay. Trying everything anyway. Everything I can think of. Calling campus security direct line. Emergency override. Someone's answering. UW security. I need you to find a student. Declan Jinks. McMahon Hall resident. Find him. Get him to Kane Hall basement. This is Director Jinks, King County Emergency Management. Emergency Authority Alpha 79er. Director, we have 17,000 students on campus. We're trying to get everyone to shelter. I can't search for individuals, I'm sorry. I'm not asking. I'm ordering. Emergency Authority. Find Declan Jinks. Deliver him to Kane Hall. Director, with respect, we don't have the resources. We're overwhelmed. I'm sorry. The line's still open. I'm hearing background noise. Chaos. Screaming. Thousands of voices. Security trying to maintain order. Can't. Too many people. Too much panic. 8 minutes. Calling Declan's roommate. I have the number. Emergency contact info. Tyler something. Tyler Brennan. Calling now. Ringing. Someone answers. Young voice. Terrified. Hello? Tyler, this is Declan's father. Where is Declan? Is he with you? Quote, I don't know, I haven't seen him. I'm in Kane Hall. It's crazy here, people everywhere. I don't know where Declan is. If you see him, if he comes there, tell him his father is looking for him. Tell him to call me. Oh God, this is really happening, isn't it? The line cuts. Network overload. Everyone calling everyone. Systems collapsing. 7 minutes. Trying state emergency management. Direct line to regional director. If anyone can authorize a helicopter. If anyone can divert resources. State emergency management. Regional director Pemberton. Pemberton, this is Jinx, King County. I need emergency helicopter authorization for civilian extraction. My son is at UW campus, unaccounted for. I need immediate assistance. And I can't authorize that. Both birds are committed to COG operations. You know the protocols. Override the protocols. Emergency Director Authority. My son is in danger. Listen to me. You need to stay focused. Your coordination is saving lives right now. You can't let personal circumstances compromise your effectiveness. My son is not a circumstance. He's 19 years old. His name is Declan. I understand I have family too, but you're needed at your post. The greatest good. You know this. He's quoting utilitarian ethics at me. The greatest good. That's what they all say. The greatest good requires my son to be acceptable collateral damage. I'm sorry, Kieran. I can't help you. Stay at your post. He hangs up. Just hangs up. My son is dying, and he hangs up. 6 minutes. I'm staring at this classified document. This red folder. Reading it again. Making sure I understand what I'm seeing. King County Emergency Management Director Kieran Jinx will remain at post if unaware of capacity discrepancies. Jinx demonstrates high operational effectiveness and strong professional ethics. Awareness of actual survival rates would likely prompt abandonment of post to pursue family member extraction. Operational security requires Jinx remain uninformed until event initiation. Family member status, non-priority classification, ensures Jinx maintains mission focus. Estimated director effectiveness, 92% if uninformed, 12% if aware. Recommendation, maintain operational security. Director Jinx's family member classified as acceptable casualty within strategic framework. They wrote my name, Kieran Jinx. They calculated my behavior. 92% effectiveness if uninformed, 12% if aware. They needed the 92%, so they kept me ignorant. They classified my son as acceptable casualty. They put it in writing. 8 months ago. I'm reading Appendix D now. Shelter capacity ratings inflated by 40 to 60% to ensure public compliance and prevent pre-event evacuation that would compromise roadway access for priority personnel. Actual survivable capacity, 400 to 600,000. Public informed capacity, 1.2 million. Discrepancy intentional. General population will experience higher casualty rates than anticipated. This is acceptable to preserve continuity of government and essential functions. The shelter network. The plan I presented to County Council. The plan I told people would save them. It was a lie. They told me to lie. They didn't tell me it was a lie. But it was. The whole thing. 1.2 million capacity. Actually 4 to 600,000. The other 6 to 800,000 people. They were always going to die. We told them they'd be saved. We lied. I presented this plan. I said it would work. I believed it. They made sure I believed it. 5 minutes. The phone's ringing. Another call. Municipal Emergency Coordinator. Wants guidance. Wants me to tell them which shelters to route people to. Voice steady. Professional. King County EOC Director Jinx. Director, we have 5,000 people at Renton Community Center. Shelters at capacity. They're asking where else to go. What do I tell them? Tell them. Tell them the truth. Tell them there's nowhere to go. Tell them the shelter network was never designed to save them. Tell them they were acceptable casualties 8 months ago when the plan was written. I can't say that. Can't. I'm saying something else. Route them to Shelter 42, Highline College. They may have capacity. Copy that, Director, Highline College, thank you. I'm still lying. Even now. Even knowing the truth. Still lying. Because what else do I do? Tell 5,000 people they're going to die. What good does that do? For minutes. My computer screen. The shelter status dashboard. Updated numbers. Current shelter occupancy. 894,000 people. Overrated capacity. Well over realistic capacity. Every shelter red status. Critical overcrowding. Structural integrity warnings. Air filtration systems overloaded. King County population, 2.3 million. Sheltered, 894,000. Unsheltered, 1.4 million. 1.4 million people with nowhere to go. My son, Declan, is he one of the 894,000? Or one of the 1.4 million? I don't know. 3 minutes. I'm trying Declan's cell one more time. One more. Just one more. Ringing. It's ringing. He might. Someone might. No answer. Voicemail. His voice. Quote, "Hey, this is Declan. Leave a message. I'll call you back." Recorded when? Weeks ago? Months? When everything was normal. When algorithms and data structures mattered. When Vietnamese food on the Ave was something to look forward to. Declan. Declan, if you get this. If somehow you get this. Your father loves you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I tried. I tried everything. The system. The system wasn't designed to save you. It was designed to use me. And I let it. I believed them. I believed the plan would work. I'm sorry. I can't. Can't finish the message. Just crying into the phone. Not professional. Not mission-focused. Just a father who can't save his son. 2 minutes. The classified document. I'm reading the last page. Signature block. Signed by Regional Director Pemberton. The man I just called. The man who told me to stay focused. He signed this. He classified my son as acceptable casualty. He signed his name to it. Signed by FEMA Regional Administrator. Signed by Department of Homeland Security. Signed by people I've never met. People who calculated that my effectiveness required my ignorance. Required my son's death. They're rebuilding now. After this. Continuity of government. They'll be the ones who survive. They evacuated early. They took the helicopters. They saved themselves. And they'll tell everyone they did their best. They'll say the casualties were unavoidable. They'll say the shelter network worked as designed. It did work as designed. Just not the way we were told. 1 minute. I'm recording this. All of it. This classified folder. These documents. My testimony. Someone needs to know. Someone needs to know what really happened here. What the plan really was. Who knew? Who decided? Who signed their names to my son's death warrant 8 months before he died. Continuity of government. They'll survive this. They'll write the history. Unless someone documents the truth. This is the truth. This recording. These files. This is what really happened. 30 seconds. Declan. I love you. I'm sorry. 20 seconds. The flash. Even from here. Through the reinforced windows. I'm seeing it. The flash. Let me describe what I'm seeing. Right now. Through the EOC windows. Reinforced glass. 47 miles from Joint Base Lewis McChord. 47 miles from Ground Zero. Brighter than the sun. Brighter than anything I've ever seen. 3 seconds of pure white light. I'm closing my eyes. Can't help it. Reflexive. I can see my own skull through my eyelids. The bones. Blood vessels. X-ray effect. That's how bright. 3 seconds. Then it fades. Opening my eyes. The mushroom cloud. Rising. Perfect formation. Orange and yellow. Growing. 1 mile wide. 2 miles. The fireball beneath it. Still burning. Everything burning. That's Seattle. That's Joint Base Lewis McChord. That's Tacoma. That's where 3 million people live. Lived. University of Washington is 7.4 miles from that fireball. Declan is 7.4 miles from that fireball. Was 7.4 miles. The phone system. Still partially functional. Landlines working. Cell network mostly down. I'm calling you W Emergency Management again. Direct landline. Ringing. Ringing. Someone answers. Different voice. Female. Strained. This is Director Jinx, King County. What is your status? Do you copy? What is your status? Director Jinx, we have structural damage, multiple buildings. Kane Hall is, we're assessing, we're trying to. Her voice breaks. Professional control failing. Quote, we have casualties, Director. We have multiple casualties. We're doing triage. We're casualties. The word is clinical. Professional. It means people hurt. People dying. My son might be one of those casualties. Might be. What is Kane Hall status? Structural integrity? Student safety? Kane Hall basement, partial structural failure. Overcrowding caused, some sections collapsed. We're evacuating survivors to surface. Conditions are, Director, I can't. There's so many. Can you confirm student accountability? Can you give me names? Can you confirm individual students? Long pause. I'm hearing background noise through the phone. Adults shouting. Medical coordination. Someone calling for supplies. Alarms. Emergency lighting. Structural stress sounds. Creaking. Metal groaning. I don't hear students. The background noise. It's all adults. Emergency personnel. Medical staff. Coordinators. I don't hear young voices. Don't hear teenagers. Don't hear students calling for help or crying or screaming. The silence where 17,000 voices should be. That's worse. That silence is worse than screaming would be. Director Jinx, we're still conducting head count. The system is down, manual process. We have approximately, we're estimating. I can't give you exact numbers, I'm sorry. I need confirmation on Declan Jinx. 19 years old. Sophomore. Computer science major. McMahon Hall resident. Can you confirm if he's accounted for? Another pause. Longer. I'm hearing her talking to someone else. Muffled. Can't make out words. Static interference increasing. Director Jinx, I'm sorry. I can't confirm individual students at this time. We have thousands, the overcrowding, the collapse. We're still pulling people out. I don't have names. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. She's sorry. She said sorry. That means she doesn't know. Or means she knows and can't tell me. Or means, what is your casualty estimate? Give me numbers. Approximate. Director, we're still assessing, but the overcrowding in Kane Hall the rated capacity was 3,200. We had over 10,000 in the basement when the pressure wave hit. The structural failure, the panic, people were crushed, trampled. I'm estimating, Director, I'm estimating multiple thousand casualties. Multiple thousand. Out of 10,000. Maybe 3,000 dead. Maybe 4. Maybe more. Declan might be one of 3,000. One of 4,000. Or he might be in the 6,000 who survived. Or he might not have made it to Kane Hall at all. Might have been in McMahon Hall. Protection factor 2. At 7.4 miles. The thermal effects. The pressure wave. I don't know. What is McMahon Hall status? McMahon Hall, severe structural damage, thermal effects, fires. We haven't been able to access yet. Radiation levels are climbing. Emergency crews can't get there. Director, I'm sorry. Sorry. Everyone's sorry. Sorry doesn't tell me if my son is alive. Director Jinx, I have to go. We're still evacuating Kane Hall. I need to coordinate. I'm sorry I can't help you more. The line quality degrades. Static. Electrical interference from EMP effects. Fire damage to communication infrastructure. Wait. Before you go. Please. Is there any way to confirm? Any way to find out if specific students? Director, I don't know how to tell you this. The conditions here I've never seen. This is Director, I have to go. I'm sorry. The line cuts. Dead air. Gone. I'm sitting here. Climate-controlled emergency operations center. Reinforced structure. Filtered air. 47 miles from blast. Unharmed. Safe. Protected. My son is 7.4 miles from ground zero. In a building with severe structural damage, or in a shelter where thousands were crushed, or somewhere else I can't confirm. I don't know which. I know what the survival probability calculations say. I wrote the models. 7.4 miles from 550 kiloton airburst. With basement shelter. Compromised by overcrowding and partial collapse. Survival probability 15 to 35% depending on exact location within shelter and timing of structural failure. Not zero. Not certain. 15 to 35%. Declan might be alive. Might be injured. Might be one of the 6,000 who survived Kane Hall. Might have been in a section that didn't collapse. Might be on the surface now. Being treated. Being evacuated. Or he might not be. I don't know. I'll never know. Not today. Maybe not ever. The university campus. Radiation levels climbing. 400 Roentgen per hour and increasing. Emergency crews can't access McMahon Hall. Can't do full accountability of Kane Hall survivors. Too many bodies. Too much chaos. Too much radiation. The phone's ringing again. Another call. Another emergency coordinator. Wanting guidance. Wanting me to tell them what to do. My voice is steady. Professional. King County EOC, Director Jinx. Director, we have shelter structural failure at Bellevue College. Need guidance on evacuation protocols. radiation exposure risk versus structural collapse risk. I'm telling them, clear, concise, professional, evacuate immediately. Radiation exposure preferable to structural collapse. Route survivors to Shelter 29. Overlake Hospital has decontamination capability. Inside, I don't know if my son is alive. Inside, I'm screaming. Outside, I'm Emergency Management Director Jinx. Calm, effective, competent. The shelter status dashboard. Final numbers coming in. 894,000 in shelters when strike hit. Preliminary casualty estimates from structural failures, overcrowding, panic. 200 to 300,000 dead in the shelters themselves. Crushed, trampled, suffocated. The shelters killed them. 600,000 survivors. Maybe. That's the estimate. 600,000 out of 2.3 million. I stayed at my post. I coordinated. I saved those 600,000 through proper resource allocation, through effective command, through professional expertise. My son, Declan Jinx, status unknown, maybe alive, maybe dead, maybe one of 600,000, maybe one of 1.7 million, somewhere in between. I'll spend the rest of my life not knowing if the choice I made saved him or killed him. That's the cost, not his death, the uncertainty, never knowing. Day 7. Let me state the facts. Final count. 623,000 survivors in King County. Directly attributed to my coordination. FEMA commendation received. Department of Homeland Security Certificate of Excellence. Regional Director Pemberton sent personal thanks. The same Pemberton who signed the classified document. The same Pemberton who classified my son as acceptable casualty. He thanked me for my service. Declan's status. Still unknown. University of Washington campus remains inaccessible. Radiation levels 300 plus Roentgen per hour. Structural collapse hazards throughout. Recovery teams estimate 4 to 6 weeks before safe entry possible. Maybe longer. Kane Hall casualty list. Preliminary. Incomplete. 3,827 confirmed dead from structural collapse and overcrowding. Names still being compiled. Manual process. Bodies still being recovered. Declan Jinx not on confirmed casualty list. Also not on confirmed survivor list. McMahon Hall. Building destroyed. Thermal effects and pressure wave. Fire damage extensive. Too radioactive to approach. I don't know if my son was in Kane Hall or McMahon Hall. Don't know if he's one of 3,800 dead or one of 6,000 survivors, or if he never made it to shelter at all. I'll never know. The radiation. The destruction, the chaos, individual accountability impossible. Too many dead, too many unidentified, too many just gone. Declan Jinx, 19 years old, computer science major, wanted to make the world better through technology. Status, unaccounted for, presumed casualty. Presumed, not confirmed, never confirmed. The survivors thank me. 623,000 people alive because of my coordination. They see me at the emergency command post. They come up, shake my hand, say I'm a hero, say I saved their families, their children, their lives. I smile, just doing my job. They don't know. None of them know. I coordinated response for 2.3 million people. 623,000 confirmed survivors. My effectiveness rating, 94%. Better than projected. Better than the classified document estimated. I don't know if one of them is my son. That's what they calculated. 8 months ago. They knew my effectiveness would be maximized if I didn't know the truth. If I believed the plan would work. If my son was classified as non-priority, so I'd stay mission-focused. The math worked. 623,000 people alive because I didn't know I was being used. Declan's fate unknown because they made sure I didn't know. Day 7. I found more files. Had to catalog remaining government records in EOC archive. Federal continuity of government materials. Classified documents. More than just the red folder. Defense Department assessment. Classified top secret. Dated 11 months before the strikes. 11 months. Let me read the key sections. Let me read what they knew. Nuclear exchange probability. 87% within 12 months. Pacific and Atlantic submarine launched strike pattern likely. West Coast and East Coast simultaneous targeting probable. Recommendation: COG evacuation 72 to 96 hours pre-strike. Regional emergency directors maintain at posts. Director notification of actual shelter capacities contraindicated. High probability of post-abandonment if directors aware of survival rate discrepancies. Acceptable director family casualty rate 60 to 80%. Director operational effectiveness maximized through information control. 11 months. They knew 11 months in advance. They had time to warn people. Time to evacuate cities. Time to tell the truth about shelter capacities. Time to save millions. They chose not to. They chose to maintain operational security. They chose to keep people like me effective by keeping us ignorant. By making our families acceptable casualties. Appendix F lists names. Emergency directors. Critical personnel. People who needed to stay at posts. My name is there. Kieran Jinks. Emergency Management Director, King County. Family status listed. 1 dependent. So, age 19. University student. Non-critical skills. They documented my son's death 11 months before it happened. Before the missiles launched. Before the alerts. They planned it. Calculated it. Accepted it. Assessment continues. Director Jinks' effectiveness maximized through ignorance of capacity discrepancies and family member risk status. Jinks demonstrates strong professional ethics and dedication to mission. Awareness of actual survival rates and family member classification would prompt post-abandonment. Estimated effectiveness, 92% if uninformed, 8% if aware. Recommendation, maintain information security. Director Jinks' son classified as operational cost of maintaining director effectiveness. Cost acceptable. My son. An operational cost. That's the classification. The price of my effectiveness. They calculated it was worth it. 92% effectiveness versus 8%. They chose 92. They chose my ignorance. They chose Declan's death. The document is signed. Regional Director Pemberton. FEMA Regional Administrator. Department of Homeland Security. Secretary of Defense. Names I recognize. People in continuity of government facilities right now. People who survived because they evacuated early. Because they knew. They're rebuilding. Right now. Establishing new government. Restoring order. They'll write the history. They'll say the casualties were unavoidable. They'll say the shelter network worked as designed. They'll say people like me did our jobs and saved who we could save. It's true. I did my job. Saved 623,000 people. The system worked. Just not the way we were told. Not the way the public believed. The system was designed to sacrifice 1.7 million people to save continuity of government and preserve order. My son was one of 1.7 million acceptable sacrifices. I'm leaving this recording. I'm leaving these files. All of them. Classified documents. Evidence. Signatures. Dates. Calculations. Truth. The government that's rebuilding was purchased with our families. With our children. With people like Declan who wanted to study algorithms and make the world better. They were the price. And the people who survived, the people in power, they knew. They planned it. They signed documents authorizing it. This recording is my testimony. These files are evidence. Someone needs to know. History needs to know. The 623,000 survivors need to know what their survival cost. Who paid? Who decided? Who signed their names to the deaths of 1.7 million people 11 months in advance? I'm Emergency Management Director Kieran Jinks. King County, Washington. I coordinated response that saved 623,000 people. I was effective because I didn't know my son was classified as acceptable casualty. I was effective because they lied to me. Because they used my dedication against me. Because they calculated that my ignorance was worth more than my son's life. They were right. I was 94% effective. Better than they projected. My son is gone. Presumed dead. And I saved 623,000 strangers. I can't live with the uncertainty. Can't live knowing I'll never confirm if Declan survived or died. Can't live knowing they planned his death 11 months in advance and kept me ignorant so I'd be effective. But I have to live. Because someone has to tell the truth. Someone has to make sure these files survive. Someone has to testify about what really happened, about what the shelter network really was, about who knew and who decided and who signed. This is that testimony. This is the truth. Let history remember.